I think it has been quite a few weeks,
Yes, it has been.
so we'll just get right into it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, this guy needs coffee and coolers. Stash.
All right, and welcome everybody.
How's
we are
it
back.
going?
We are
Yeah.
back. You know,
Yes.
it is me, your host, Adam Black, along with co-host,
Noah
best
Allen.
friend,
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys?
party extraordinaire.
No, that's not.
I mean, it's
do
been
not party.
It's been like a month.
It's about been a month.
It's been a little while.
It's been a little while.
But that's fine. You know, we are back. We have lots to talk about.
Tons of
And
stuff.
we are also trying to make sure that we are on a good time limit today, too.
Yes, we are. Let's
So-
keep it on time.
Yeah, so we're restricting ourselves a little bit. But, you know, there's been a lot of stuff going on. It's one of the
Yes.
reasons why we haven't been making a podcast. And
Yep. We've been. I've been busy.
Yep.
It's mainly my fault. Just blame me.
I mean, I'm not trying to blame you, but
It's my fault.
Yeah,
I'm busy working.
yeah, I get it. Totally get it. But anyways, so let's go ahead and get into it. What's new with you? What's going on?
Nothing, man. Just working. We just had Black Friday. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I did have to work my first ever Thanksgiving.
yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
But it wasn't bad.
But you didn't actually like have Thanksgiving on
No,
Thanksgiving
no.
Day though. So.
I did my Thanksgiving early in preparation.
Okay.
So these people that want to run around on Thanksgiving and come to my store and shop, like I was like, nah, I don't have time for that. I'll do things. So we did Thanksgiving early on Sunday before. So
Okay.
So last Sunday. So I had my turkey like all yummied up.
Yummied up.
Yummied up.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was good. It was
Good.
That's my favorite meal.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
What is it about it? Like, what's your favorite side dish?
Oh man.
Also,
I don't know.
turkey or ham?
I like both.
Well, I mean,
totally
yeah,
honest,
but like, what would you rather have?
God, I don't know.
Because
Usually-
I upset the apple cart the other day when I told somebody that we would rather have ham than turkey.
Honestly, it's usually been a tradition for years.
Yeah.
That, like Thanksgiving's the turkey, Christmas is the ham.
Right.
That's just like my like nuclear family.
In our family,
things,
Thanksgiving is ham with a turkey.
Yeah.
Christmas is ham
Yeah.
with a turkey.
Yeah. That's what I've experienced as well. Like,
Yeah, we just do it both.
well, like one year my mom did experiment and do the turducken. Which
Oh,
was
yeah.
interesting. I liked it.
I've never
No
had
else
one.
did.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, it was good though. It was really good.
I feel like I don't have this. Like I understand how cooking works, and I understand how killing an animal works to eat it.
Yeah.
There's something about stuffing another animal inside of an animal than stuffing that animal into
Inside
another
an
animal.
Yeah,
Something about it that I'm like, I don't know.
it was delicious. No one liked the duck. I love.
I love duck.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
But no, we've had weird experiments in my
Yeah.
life with Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've had one year where we put it upside down. So like all the breast meat is at the bottom. So then that
Okay.
turns all dark meat.
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay.
We've done the what is it? Not boiling the turkey, but like, what is it?
Oh, deep frying it?
Deep frying it.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
We've done that before.
Done that. We've done the only bite, not the big turkey, but like just the breast and the just like the fixins, I guess.
Yeah.
And we've
fixins.
done So we've
We want all
done
the
different things.
fixins.
Yeah, the fixins.
Fixins.
Oh my goodness.
Any Eastbound and Down fans out
Yeah.
there?
Yeah. But yeah, so we've done different things, but it's mainly been turkey.
But
Thanksgiving.
favorite side dish though?
Oh man, I don't know. Honestly, I'm all about like I can eat it all. Mac and cheese is great.
Okay,
Mac and cheese is good.
I go a different route. My favorite's like sweet potato casserole
Oh yeah, that's pretty good
or
too.
green bean casserole.
Yeah, that's good.
That's all I
See,
need. Like
green
stuffing,
bean casserole
green
when
beans, sweet potatoes.
When I was younger, I
Done.
hated green bean casserole.
I love it.
Green bean casserole was the devil.
My mom makes a
Yeah.
killer one. It's like the only one I like. So
Okay, well, see, and that's the thing. Like years later, I realized, like trying it again, I was like, oh, that's actually pretty good.
yeah, it's
I'm
not
like,
that bad.
I'll
You
like
like
this.
my mom's.
Probably.
But anyways,
Yeah.
let's move on because
Yeah.
it's not necessarily Thanksgiving anymore.
Yeah.
It's
Well, it
past-
was.
It's a few days.
but yeah,
a few days ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know. But we are moving on into Christmas time and all the
Yes.
things. Like you said, we've been extremely busy.
Yes, definitely.
But there's so many things that we left off in the last podcast that we haven't talked about.
we haven't gone back to.
And some big things that kind of are reoccurring things
Yes.
that we need to talk about.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and get into our top stories.
Okay.
As stupid as that little segment is, I love it. I love it so much. I definitely think the first top story, though, is
Yes.
even though it's been about a month, I'm back from LA.
Yes, you
And-
are.
and
You
I-
survived it.
I survived it. And it's kind of a little poor choice of words because there's a lot
Yeah.
of fires going on over there
Yeah,
right
that,
now.
that is true.
So-
Yeah, that is true. True.
So we're very sensitive to that, and I'm
Yes.
definitely praying for the people out there right now. But we
Right.
didn't experience that when we were there.
No.
But we did experience some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
For anybody who's not been to LA, that place is wild, man. Like,
It's just California, but because I've experienced northern and central.
yeah,
Never Southern California. So this is new. That would be new to me.
it was wild.
Yeah.
There's so many stories I can tell. The first thing is, and my heart breaks for it on so many things,
Mm-hmm.
like seeing how many homeless people there were. That was something I was like not really prepared for. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just kind of
it's
took me by,
shocking
it took me by
almost, yeah.
surprise. And when we went there, I went for work purposes.
Yeah.
And I had a conference to go to and things like that. So we booked our Airbnb close to the conference
Right.
center. And that was cool and all, but we also didn't have a car or anything out there. We
Right.
went there and we Ubered everywhere. And if you ever do that, it's a different experience because you sit there and go, I have to rely on other people
Yeah.
to get me wherever I need to go.
No, less control of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And somebody who's lived in Cincinnati their whole life, it's a little bit different where you're like,
Yeah.
I turned 16, I get a car, I drive, I've
Yeah.
been in charge
Yep.
since then.
Yep.
And so like our first day there, we have to walk places and things like that,
Right.
which is no problem. But our first day there, we walk outside of our Airbnb,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't think we were in a crazy part of town.
Yeah.
But there was a guy shooting heroin into his eyeball, bleeding out of his eyeball right in front of our place. And we're walking past him like, oh man, what do we
Yeah,
do?
yeah.
And then
yeah.
we get up the street, like where we're going, which is just, we're going to the Starbucks because it's in the morning. We go to Starbucks and we're sitting there. And then a homeless man walks in, grabs the tip jar, takes all the money, and starts grabbing things and is like robbing the place while everybody's just in there. And the workers are just like, sir, you better leave, like to the guy.
Oh my gosh.
And he takes all the stuff and he just leaves. And I was not prepared.
You're like, no one's gonna call cops. Like, what happened?
Yeah, nobody gonna do anything. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there just like, in shock. And maybe
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
nobody does anything because we're all just in shock.
Yeah.
but
Maybe.
but
Oh, man.
that was like my first day there. It was
So you got acquainted with the West Coast.
a little bit, a little bit.
Or I should say West Coast. I should say big city.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, because Cincinnati, we're a small city.
Yeah,
in the
definitely a
Midwest.
small
like
city.
we don't have we have those things, but we live in the suburbs. We are not in the city. I'm sure we have things like that. Like
Right.
I know I've seen things like that here.
yeah,
But at the scale, because there's so many people
yeah,
in such a space that it is shocking.
yeah. I
It's very
think definitely the worst things that we've seen here in Cincinnati, and I've been part of
Yeah.
crazy. I've been shot at in a car.
Yeah.
I've survived crazy.
Oh
things.
yeah, I've been in scary places before.
Yeah. So in this city, and then once we went out to LA though, and we came back, we're like, man, I can
That's
conquer.
nothing.
I can
Yeah.
conquer anything now. Like I am king of this city.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I had a former employee who was from that area, and I would she used to walk to my store,
Right.
through through Cincinnati, over the bridge through Newport, where my store is, and I would always be like, are you gonna be okay doing it? She's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
And I would be
I
like,
got it.
oh, okay, sure, all right, man. Like, but it would always bother me.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't do that. I can't let you do that, whatever. And eventually, it's just like when I realize, oh, okay, I
Yeah.
understand now.
Yeah,
Never-
like,
nah,
like no,
I-
you're
I think she
you're
could probably handle
hardcore.
it.
You're hardcore.
Yeah.
You know. So that was our main experience in the city, and then we got to go to the conference,
Yeah.
which was the Adobe Max conference. Which, if anybody doesn't know what that is, it's basically just kind of like a creative summit for content creators and producers and production people
Gotcha.
and all that, to learn more about the Adobe software and like tips and tricks, and
Yeah.
and also just like kind of a conference to like inspire a little bit.
Okay.
So I learned a lot actually, and it was an incredible conference, and it was awesome.
That's good.
But then because we were in LA area, we were gonna go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
So we did.
Yeah.
So we went for work, and then we took one day and we went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And you've never been there?
I've
have
never
you?
been. No.
Have you been to
never
Disney World?
No. I've
Okay.
no experience with it whatsoever.
Okay, so I don't have any experience with Disney World.
Yeah.
But we've both been to Kings Island at least.
Yeah, yeah. I've been to a theme park. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know how it works.
So
yeah, right,
so
right.
I know how it works.
Yeah, I know how those things
So
work.
so Kings Island in Cincinnati is like, it's kind of like Disneyland
Yeah.
in the way that it's set up.
Like their
the Eiffel
areas and
Towers,
stuff,
the
yeah.
the castle.
Yeah.
You know, then it has the main street and things like
Right.
that. It's very similar actually.
Right.
But when you go to Kings Island, you're like, I'm in a German town, because that's what it's supposed to feel
Yes,
like, right?
yes, yeah.
And it
Main
doesn't.
Strasse and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
it doesn't feel very magical. When you go to Disneyland,
Oh, I'm sure it does.
oh my.
Yeah.
I'm a grown adult, and I had reactions like a 4-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I literally thought this place was magic.
Right. No, I mean, I've heard great things. I would like to experience it. Like, I've just never, like, growing up as a kid, we were dirt poor, so
Right.
going to
Yeah,
something,
same
do something
here.
like that, you know, we just didn't have the money for that. Now that I'm older and I have a child, like,
Right.
it's like, okay, I would love to be able to take her there.
Yeah.
But it's like finding the right time when no one's gonna, like, when it's not as busy is
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
So
We went on Sunday, I believe. I think it was on
Yeah.
a Sunday we went, and we were expecting it to not be that busy. And in the morning, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But like afternoon, like
Right.
it was crazy. Like it got just so busy. So
yeah, that's. I mean, I can only imagine the people
Yeah.
like in the lines and stuff. Like
lots of 'em.
I don't know. It's one of those things. It's on a bucket list. I'd like to go see it mainly because like now they're like next year they're gonna have the Star Wars land and stuff like
yes,
that.
and we
it's
will
like,
go to that.
Right. It's
We
like,
will
I
make it
really
happen.
want to go see that, but at the same time, I know it's gonna be 10 times busier. Like with
So
Star
it's
Wars
it's
stuff.
weird though. So since you've never been out there, it's
Yeah.
it's different because even though it's busy, there's so much to do.
Right.
That you probably have like me, like the Kings Island mentality that like when it's busy you can't do anything.
Yeah.
When it's really busy out there, there's still something in between everything.
Right.
And then they do like
Okay.
the whole fast pass system where it's like you go there and you take a ticket and you say, come back between 3 and 4 p.m. and,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
you will get on this ride.
Right.
And then there's just so much stuff to do. So that's what we did. We never actually waited in line as much as we got tickets to come back to.
Oh, that's
go.
kind of cool.
So it kept us
So
busy.
you could
and-
probably stagger your day to where it's like, all right, so we're going through here, we're getting all these tickets, and then we're gonna come right back through here and do
yeah.
this. Okay.
And we bounced back and forth too. So we went to Disneyland and then we went to Disney California Adventure as well.
Yeah.
Where like they had like Pixar Pier and all
Oh,
that stuff.
gotcha,
So
yeah.
we got to see everything, and it was a lot for one day. But
Yeah.
man, it was honestly incredible.
Yeah.
Like the one thing that really stood out to me was like the fact that they had music everywhere, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
focused music. Like
Yeah.
when you go into something, like you could really hear it. It wasn't just like in a loudspeaker over
Right,
the air.
right.
Like you knew it was there, and then also the smells. Like if you went on like a
Okay.
certain ride or something, they would have smells associated with it. So like we went into the Haunted Mansion when they had it.
Yeah.
We went during Halloween time.
Oh, cool.
And so they had it set up as the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so one of the things in there was they had like a giant gingerbread house, like that was like being torn apart by like a spider and stuff. It was really cool. Like it looked awesome.
Yeah.
But you could smell gingerbread being made.
That's
And
crazy.
it was like, this is just really cool. So,
You know what? That's one thing that they're. I mean, like over the years, I love documentaries and stuff like that, and I
Yeah.
love behind the scenes stuff. And like, if you've ever seen anything that deals with Disney World or Disneyland,
Excuse me.
and how intense they are,
Oh, yeah.
with their creative teams, that like they legit want their experiences to
Yeah.
be you are within this movie or this world.
It's very
That is
immersive.
very cool. Yeah,
Extremely
yeah.
immersive.
Mad respect for them on that.
Yeah.
It sucks that I've never experienced it. Eventually, I will. I think.
Oh yeah,
but
we're definitely gonna go.
yeah,
We're gonna make. We're definitely, gonna, make it happen.
go, and we're gonna do it. Yeah.
I do have to say though, like out of all the things we got to do, and it was pretty incredible. Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it really was. My favorite thing from the entire experience of Disneyland
Yeah.
was going into. It wasn't the Hall of Presidents, but it was like an Abe Lincoln type thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was like talking about like the spirits of America and things like
Oh,
that.
cool,
And, like,
yeah.
And then there was a theater show, and it was something that Walt Disney directed, and it was called Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln.
That's awesome.
And it was
Yeah.
honestly my favorite part of the entire park. I left.
I would lose myself in that. That's
I
awesome.
left so incredibly inspired, and everybody else was like doing their thing, and like the theater had like 6 people in it, and it could have sat like 150.
Oh my gosh.
And like there was nobody in this, and it was so inspiring. Me and Brittany, like when we left, we were like,
This is amazing.
we were like crying,
Yeah.
and we're like, what did we just experience? Like
That's
it just
great.
kind of showed to me too, like the things that Walt Disney cared about.
Yeah.
like it did not necessarily a ride.
Right.
But it was like, here, we're gonna share this with you.
Right.
And
That's
it,
cool.
It was just really, really
That's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad you guys had a good time though with that.
Thank you. I do have this one more LA story though.
Yeah.
So Disneyland and
Yeah.
crazy stuff. The craziest thing, it would take a lot of money to get me back here. I don't think I will ever go to Hollywood Boulevard though.
Oh yeah, no.
Ever
Yeah.
again. So we went, and we went because we were just being tourists, and we were like, we want to go check this
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Want to see the Chinese theater and stuff like that, and we go and like we get out of the car. The second we get out of the Uber, a guy bum rushes me and it's
Yeah.
like starts talking and everything, and he like asks me my name, and all of a sudden he's signing a CD like with my name
Not
on it.
cool.
And
Yeah.
like I'm literally zipping up my bag that I got out of the car, and I'm like, no, I'm getting scammed.
Yeah,
like
that's
like
not
this
cool.
is happening,
Oh
and
my
like I had to
gosh.
give the guy like $10 because he was like literally getting violent. It
gosh.
was not a good thing.
Yeah.
But then we like remembered like all the stuff that we're gonna go do on Hollywood Boulevard. So we went to the candy store where they had Elvira,
Yeah.
like her like pop up shop.
Yeah,
and we got
yeah.
to see like the original Macabre Mobile and her
That's
like
cool.
couch and stuff because I'm obsessed with Elvira. And that was really cool. And
Yeah.
then we left, and we were like, all right, this is a little crazier than what we thought though.
Yeah,
We ventured
yeah.
around, and literally we got an Uber to go home, and we're at a stoplight on Hollywood Boulevard, and I look out my window, and there's a man pulling down his pants, pooping on one of the stars on the sidewalk, and I'm like like I'm freaking out, like this
That's
should not
funny.
be happening.
Oh
but
my
then
gosh.
like this might be a little gross for some people, but I saw this, so you have to know what I'm talking about. He then he pooped, but then he just dropped in it, like he just like sat in it, and then crab walked, like like get on your back, hands and legs,
Ugh.
and then crab walked
that's
through it and
gross.
like smeared it everywhere. It was disgusting, and I'm just freaking out, and
And
like
everyone else is just like do 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 do.
yeah, and like I'm like trying to say something, but like our Uber driver was like, he was kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
he was
yeah.
very like
Oh my
particular
gosh.
person
That's
who
funny.
didn't like loud noise and stuff. It was just quiet, and I'm like, ah! It was. I'm not gonna go back to Hollywood Boulevard anytime soon.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that you had a good time and saw those interesting things, so you can be scarred for life.
Yeah.
I also I do have a question. Did you enjoy becoming part of GTA 5?
Yes.
Okay.
It literally.
Good.
It's so accurate.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
hard to
yeah.
comprehend. Like when you go there, the only difference is how far away everything is between
Yeah, because
places.
they have to kind of like.
And like so like that is visually you see that difference. It is spot on though.
Yeah.
Like when you're in the city, you're like, I've been here.
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
done
I recognize this place.
I have done
Yeah.
things here.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It really
that's
was.
great.
So if anybody's played GTA 5 and you're thinking about going to LA and you're little,
That
weary
would
of
be
it,
me.
Just play GTA 5.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh my god. So we take a left right here, right? Like,
Yeah. But let's move on. We're getting down towards time here soon. So a few things that have
Yeah.
happened since then. A big one, two big
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
We'll start with the lighter one, and that is we've talked about Toys R Us
Yeah.
so much in the past.
Yep.
This is the checkout light behind me from my local Toys R Us.
Yes,
which
yes,
is
it
which is really cool. But I haven't experienced
yeah.
this.
So I walked into my local Kroger's grocery store, and then I was just running to get a few things. I wasn't, like on a mission really.
Yeah.
Where I was on a mission, but not like to this. But they have the this setup with all these toys, and it said Jeffrey's Toys, and I was like,
Yeah. The Jeffrey's
so-
toy box, right?
Yeah, Jeffrey
Is that-
Toys, yeah. And it had the draft, and I was like, that's not
He's back.
what? Like, it actually shocked me because I was like, okay, this is weird. Either Kroger's is like totally ripping somebody off. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally my
Right.
first thought. Was like, this shouldn't be here.
Right.
But yeah, so it's like evidently they're for Christmas time. They're just selling a bunch of the Toys R Us branded stuff, and
It's
they're
so cool.
strange.
I haven't experienced it yet. I'm gonna go see it though because that
Yeah.
makes me happy to know that they're
Yeah.
coming back and at least some
way,
sense.
yeah. So it's kind of nice that the history, the legacy is still around.
Yeah,
But it is weird.
it is
It's
weird.
very
And
strange.
we'll see. It might turn into like my dream would it to be turned into like smaller toy stores, kind of like old KB Toys or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool to see. Just Jeffrey's toy box in a
Right.
smaller, smaller
Small scale.
location.
Yeah.
But he's back. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm like, okay, well, here we go then. All right.
And then the last little bit of things we'll talk about, and this is pretty impactful, and for us at least it was,
Yeah.
and not super sad about it,
Yeah.
even though
Yeah, it's sad.
somebody did
Yeah.
pass away, but Stan Lee passed
Yeah.
away.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had a little bit of a tear in my eye when I found out, but at the same time, the man lived to be 95 years old.
Yeah,
And,
I was just looking on our shelf too. We have on your
little
shelf
Stan Lee, yeah.
a little Stan Lee figure back
Yeah,
there too, and
yeah.
everything.
I mean, it's like I appreciate so much someone who
Yeah.
who gave me so much enjoyment of
Right.
my life. Like that actually that's what's the sad part.
Yeah,
Not so much that he lived 95 years.
right.
Like,
He lived
that
a,
is
he lived a
dude,
long life.
I don't want to live to be 95. I'll be
Right.
totally honest
it's
with
a-
you.
it's a lot.
Like, no, thank you. I'll pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a little sad. Understanding, hey, it happens. It's
Right.
kind of part of life.
I mean, it really is amazing though, because like you don't really associate it, because like when they're alive,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, whatever. Like this guy created
be
this
alive
everything.
forever, yeah.
And then like he passes away, but then all of these characters are still going to be forever impacting people,
Right.
And like Spider-Man is probably the biggest
Yeah.
one out of
Yep.
things that he's actually created.
Yeah, it brings a question of like when someone famous passes away, like are you allowed to feel a loss?
Yeah, you are.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think so too, but at the same time, like how deep can that loss be?
Right.
Like if it's like crippling, there's something wrong here. But if it's like to a point where it's like,
Right.
wow, like I cannot believe how much that person, like Robin Williams is a
Yeah.
person that when he passed, I was like, that hurt me. I was
Yeah,
like, oh
because
my
you
gosh.
associate
like,
so many memories and laughter.
Yeah, yeah.
I was the same way with like David Bowie and Prince.
Yeah, yeah.
Michael Jackson. Like
Yeah.
those were like some big ones. Like when they passed away, I was like, this music changed my life and like shaped me. And so it's
Carrie
super-
Fisher for me, like
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Mainly because it's also like, what are they doing with these movies coming out then?
Right,
but,
right.
But it's also just an impact. Like, and then I start thinking, like, okay, well, who else is gonna go? Like that is
Right.
like because they always say death comes in threes
Right.
with people. So it's like, well, who's gonna be the other two? It's been a week. We're counting.
Oh
down. I
no,
mean,
we don't want to do that. But no, I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure we kind of end this podcast with just giving our respects to
yeah, mad
to-
respects, man.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
it's a big one, and I definitely think for me and you, we are very heavily pop influence.
Yeah,
of,
definitely.
pop
Culture,
culture
yes,
influenced.
yes.
And we love comics and things like that.
Yeah.
So it was a big one.
Definitely.
And it's been a good month though, even though we've been absent.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean we've kind of connected here and there and stuff, but I'm glad to be back, and that we're back doing one more,
And we got lots more to catch up,
Yes.
and we'll catch up more on that on the next episode. But Noah,
Yeah.
thank you for coming here for the first time in a
Thanks
little
for
while.
having me.
No, I always want to say it because we do have people that they send me messages or whatnot
Yeah.
and ask about the podcast, and I only bring that up because I am incredibly thankful
Yes,
that we
definitely.
have. It's so weird to say, but a fan base.
Yeah, that's
So, like, that's-
strange, but cool at the
Yep,
same
but
time.
yeah, it's super
Definitely
cool. We
cool.
talk
Awesome.
about people that we inspire, and then we're inspiring some others
Heck
too,
yeah.
just through kind of living our lives a little
Yep.
bit. And
Yep.
blows my mind. That's a whole nother topic that we'll save. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Coffee and Crullers. If you would like to, please give us some feedback either on like our iTunes or SoundCloud or whatever platform you're listening
Yep.
to this. We'd love to hear from you. As we always say, you can always send questions or, submissions for topics
Of course.
to coffeeandcrullers@gmail.com. And we're open to anything. And also, we're on video this week.
Yes, we are. And
Which
if you
is-
notice, we are, for those just listening, we did not plan this.
No,
but,
we didn't.
Adam's-
Christmas flannels.
Yes, we're Christmas flannel.
You're red, I'm green.
I don't understand. It just happened.
It works. Christmas is coming up,
serendipitous.
though. We are going to have a blast on some of these topics.
Yes.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, definitely, man.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you on the next one.
All right, see ya.